everyone, it's Jane. Welcome to Daily Dose, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in K-pop, where today, more idol couples. So many couples, and I still can't find a boo. So a couple days ago, there was news released that After School's Nana and actor Hong Jun-hyun were dating, and they have been for 7 months. So at first I was like, get a Nana, get a Nana, get a Nana, get a Nana. Because Nana, she's like my girl. She's like one of my favorite members of After School. And let's be honest, Jung-hyun is fine, all right? He's very fine. But then I realized, oh, this is actually terrible for Nana. For those of you who don't know, Jung-hyun is actually currently a cast member on We Got Married, where he's married to Girls' Day Yura. So, you know, even though everyone knows We Got Married is not real and it's a fake couple, the basis of We Got Married is that, like, when you're in We Got Married, you should kind of only be doing coupley things with your We Got Married partner, even if it is fake. And my thing is that people always exclaim, oh my god, We Got Married is so fake. So honestly, I would think that this wouldn't be that big of a deal because We Got Married is supposed to be fake. But then I remembered the Lee-jun, Oh-yeon-seo situation. A while back, M-Black's Lee-jun was on We Got Married, and his virtual wife was actress Oh-yeon-seo, and they were kind of an awkward couple, but you know, they were still pretty endearing. However, then a story was broken about how Oh-yeon-seo might be actually dating her co-star from one of her dramas, Lee Jang-woo, and because of that, basically everyone hated her because she was essentially cheating on Lee-jun, even though they weren't really even dating. Basically after that, you know, her image was kind of ruined and they had to stop taping it because the whole thing about We Got Married is even though it's fake, you're supposed to act like it's real, and you can't really act like you're really married to somebody if everyone already knows you have a boyfriend. So I just feel really bad. So even though after the story broke, both sides of the relationship denied the rumors, I feel like this has already made a negative impact, and I'm hoping this is actually super bad because there's been reports / people who watch Yura and Jung-hyun on We Got Married. They say that he's really cold towards her, so a lot of people think that has to do with the fact that he's actually dating Nana, maybe. And then to top it all off, after both sides denied the dating rumor, an insider apparently said that this is actually old news, and Nana and Hong Jung-hyun have actually been dating for a long time now, and they go on dates and stuff like that all the time. So I'm just like, whoever released that statement just clearly hates them both, because what? Why? My thing is, if he was in the relationship before he signed up for We Got Married, that is kind of weird. But on the other side, We Got Married is a job. As much as it's so cute to be in a couple, blah, blah, it's a job. So it's like saying that he can't sign up to be on an episode of Star King because he's dating so-and-so. It should be equivalent. But honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with dating somebody if you're gonna keep it under wraps anyway and being on We Got Married. Hopefully though, if it is true, you know, they're probably gonna have to end We Got Married, which really sucks for Yuta, but I just hope nobody gets a substantial amount of hate. Moving on, the Seoul Music Awards were a thing that happened, and there was a lot of awards given out. Some people didn't like who got the awards, some people did. Some people feel like there was discrepancy in voting and what got the person an award. But I feel like the biggest story to come out of the SMAs was the fact that Girls' Generation's Taeyeon fell down this random hole while she was on stage. Now, if you guys have been watching award shows or music shows for a while, you know that there's always this thing where nobody can get things right. There's always technical difficulties going on, or unsafe environments for the idols, but this just took the cake because literally if you watch the video, she just falls down this hole out of nowhere, and it's super scary. Even if you're not a fan of Taeyeon, you're probably gonna freak out when you watch this video because it's just so shocking. So the SMAs, of course, because everyone was up in arms, released a statement saying that, you know, they apologize, but oh my god, literally it just makes me feel for these idols, because the fact that there's just a hole where they knew someone was going to walk, or was possible for somebody to walk, and nobody was like, hey, let's cover that up. That's just really scary, because, you know, we always see these reports of idols being mistreated, and, you know, you don't want to believe they're real, but then something like this happens, and it kind of seems like people don't care for these idols very much. And it's not even that, oh, they're idols, so they should be put on this pedestal. No, basic human, just based on how you treat humans, there probably shouldn't be a hole in the middle of a walkway. So yeah, the SMAs are getting big backlash for that, but hopefully Taeyeon is okay, and hopefully this is not like life scarring for her, because that would be terrible. Last but not least, Girls' Day Sojin recently privated her Twitter account. So yes, this is a thing, and she's recently been the target of dating rumors with EXO's D.O. There's been pictures that have been resurfacing of what people speculate them together, and then just like things on her Instagram that people claim are her hinting towards being in a relationship with D.O. And because of that, of course, she's getting a lot of hate. Now, I'm not going to be unfair because D.O. doesn't have an Instagram, so he probably would have got a lot of hate too. So I'm not just going to be like, oh, crazy fangirls. But you know, a lot of people were giving her hate, and what was really scary is that it's not like it had been confirmed or anything, and even the evidence was really, really shaky, but that weak evidence is literally all it took for people to start hating on her. And so if you just looked at her Instagram, there was just so many hate comments of how she's old and things like that, because there's like a decent age gap between the two, and like we don't even know if they're actually dating. And now here's the thing I have to have the talk with the people doing this. Listen, I was once there. When I got into K-pop, I was like in middle school, so I didn't have a really good grasp of reality. And when I first saw Big Bang's Top, I was like, oh, so I'm gonna have to marry this young man because what? Literally, I would watch Big Bang stuff all the time just to see Top, and I would literally was like, okay, what is our age difference? Because, you know, you have to be 18 to get married, so when I'm 18, he'll be this. And I was like, okay, how much is it for a flight to Korea? Like, I need to meet his parents. Like, I was delusional. But then, and this is like a crazy story. So back when I first got into K-pop, there was, you know, a couple really big sites where you could get, you know, K-pop news and stuff like that. And one of them was called Soul Beats, and it's actually still up, but they don't do as much just like random news, like for example, All K-pop would do, or like Netizen Buzz would do. They usually do like, you know, give their insights and opinions on issues and like different things in K-pop. So it's a bit more think PC now, but back then they just did news, and they actually had a show that supplemented or kind of went hand in hand with the news site. I think it was called just Sobeys, but I forget. And the host, Ellie, there was a host named Ellie, and I think the other host was named Nia, and they were just talking about something, and it had to do with Big Bang's Top. So I was just listening to it. I was like, oh, this is so funny. And then she was just like, by the way, everyone out there, Top will never marry you. Your biased will never marry you. And like at the time I was like, hater. But then, like, it really snapped to me. My bias won't ever marry me. And that's okay, because I like him and their music anyway. And I feel like that was a really good base for me getting into K-pop, because it really stopped me from being delusional. So for anyone who's hating on Sojin's Instagram, or anyone who, you know, might have an unrealistic relationship with their bias, I'm gonna do you a solid right now. Some tough love. Yeah, hey, how are you? So, I heard you think you're gonna marry your bias. Oh, that's, you're not. No, your bias doesn't know who you are. That kind of sucks. Yeah, but you guys aren't getting married, and, you're probably not gonna date your bias. Probably, I used that incorrectly. You will not date your bias. Yeah, you probably think I'm like a jerk, but, I'm just trying to help you. All right, there's like people out there that you can actually meet and, you know, have relationships with, but it's not your bias. You can still enjoy them though, because I'm pretty sure they're probably really hot. They're still really hot. You can still admire that. Just don't get too attached. All right, cool. I'm gonna get back to the video. So yeah, I can feel the dislikes on this video. But honestly, if you do somehow marry your bias in the future, I owe you money, because that's insane. So that was my last story, but as always, I had my opinion, so I want to hear yours. Do you think broadcast companies should spend more money towards securing stages to make sure that idols are in good security? Do you think it's okay for somebody to be in a real relationship while they're on We Got Married? And last but not least, what do you think about idols getting hated on for being in relationships? And when do you think it's too much when it comes to people's obsession with their bias? Make sure to tell me in the comment section. See you next time on Daily Dose. Bye-bye. All the hates in the comment section. You're not gonna marry your bias, but that's okay, because you can still admire that they're hot, because they're probably really hot.